All right, so pretty much it seems like Viper is going to have the speed of Ninja but play like Reaper. That's what it seems like it's going to do. It seems like it has buffs that you have to keep alive depending on whatever you want. Certain rotations are going to give you certain buffs. Therefore, you have to keep, of course, the damage that you're doing buff up at all times. This beast mode gauge or whatever, you pop that. I feel like it plays like Reaper. You do like a 1-2 weave, 1-2 weave, and then a finisher. Probably not exactly, but that's what I'm seeing from it. This gauge, I have no idea what this does and why it's here or what these red crystals are, but I'm assuming obviously you spend a red crystal for a certain skill. I don't know what gives you them, but there's this gauge too. So yeah, in conclusion, Viper looks fucking sick. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I want to make sure my mic is okay. No, we're good. We are good. You know how many times I've filmed a video and then my mic was muted? I've done that.
Okay, so first let us look at the dual blade weapon skills.
They're separate. This is dual blade.
With the actual combo skill rotations, you will need to kind of weave in between the different actions and weapon skills. But just showing off what this set looks like.
I wish I could read what these actions mean.
And so if you could focus in on row 2 of the hotbars, especially the ones that say 4 and 5.
Right here. When they're changing. That's cool. I like the
and you may be able to see that the actions are automatically replaced.
I like that.
With the next,
that's cool. Instead of having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like, you know, that's cool. You could just ban like 1, 2, 3. It's really helpful. I wonder how that's gonna actually feel to play though.
So this is the dual blade.
Got a lot of buffs here.
So next is the double blade.
Where is... Huh? Oh. I mean, the skills look good. I just wonder how it plays. Like how, are there debuffs?
So the actions that are
like a
assigned
dot?
to that bottom row, row 1,
It didn't show any of that.
those double blade weapon skills.
I guess they're just showing individual, like, the breakdown. Dual wield, double wield, or double blade.
So of course, as you continuously execute your different skills, the gauge will accumulate.
But
so when you accumulate enough in that gauge up there, you go into a boost mode called Reawaken.
I'm assuming it goes to 100. Like it's 50 right now and you could pop it, but I'm assuming it goes to 100.
And so once you have that Reawaken mode, you can execute the different double-bladed abilities.
We're
gonna try some of them
Activate. 4, 4, 5, 4. Oh shit! I don't know. I can't keep. I don't know what he just did. He's just going beast mode. Yo, Viper looks good. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, I'm assuming that blue, like whatever aura or whatever this is, blue beast mode. When he goes into blue beast mode, I'm assuming it's gonna work how Reaper works, where it has a 2-hit and then a filler, right? The filler doesn't count though. It's a 2-hit filler, 2-hit or a weave, right? Whatever you want to call it, right? So it's like 1-2 weave, 1-2 weave, and then the finisher. Like in Reaper, you go in like Reaper mode or whatever, and you do like the 1-2 weave, 1-2 weave, and then finisher, if that makes sense. I couldn't tell you the name of the skills or whatever. For me, it's QE1, you know? Like I press V to go into beast mode, Reaper mode, and then it's QE1, QE1, and then it's 7. That's like the 7's the whatever. That's the... I just memorize like keybinds. I don't necessarily memorize like the names. Does anyone else do that?
でこういう感じで同じアクションを連打してるの多分見えると思うんで
All right. Oh my, that's cool.
Because the actions are automatically
That AoE?
placed on the hotbar. It might look like you're pressing the same button, but as you can see, there are many different
That was cool.
skills and abilities that are being unleashed.
Oh, I'm so excited.
速さはなんとな
I
く
didn't
使ってもらい
see
ました
I didn't see any like debuffs. So I don't know how they have it laid out, right? But I'm assuming this is your personal buffs, right? These are based on whatever skill you use gives you a certain boost, like haste or damage or like whatever, right? Like whatever. You know, I don't know if one of these is like Reaper has that thing that you got to keep up all the time to do more damage. Like I don't know if that's one of these things. I don't know. But there's no, I don't see like a debuff or anything on here anywhere unless his UI is different. But I don't see, right? Like, so this is the character, right? This is him, right? So these are obviously his self buts. Let's sprint. But I don't see like a debuff. Like there's a dot. You know, I thought there'd be dots involved with Viper. I don't know why.
But I think you might be able to get a feel of how quickly we're moving lower, but
So I wonder how this works.
軽く下がる
This gauge. This gauge I kind of understand.
slowly,
That's fine.
the
It's like the
damage
Reaper.
output kind of
What's this
slows down
gauge? And then
too.
what's these gems?
とにかく
If you play through
It's
the
beast mode.
Job
That's beast
Quest
mode.
series, you'll understand the
Ooh.
naming behind the reawaken actions.
Reawakened. It's beast mode.
剣おろしではない
The Japanese says Sorei Oroshi. Sounds very similar to Soken, but not Soken.
A lot of stuff to keep track of. Oh my god. Okay, right? Okay, can we go back?
The
All right, here we go,
Japanese
right?
says
He gets his
Sorei
bar up.
Oroshi. Sounds very similar to Soken, but not Soken.
Yep. So look, he's got his bar, right? Boom, filled it up. He's got full, whatever, blue crystals, beast mode crystals, right? Boom, he used one, and then he weaves. It doesn't use anything, right? And then he uses another one, which uses it, and then he weaves again, right? Which doesn't use anything. Oh, you gotta weave every one? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it works different. Then he... I missed that. I can't... My eyes don't work the way I want them to work. He does something, and then another one disappears. And then there's a finisher, right? So he clicks the... I don't know, whatever button he clicks. This one right here, 9, right? 1 available, 9. That's your finisher. Right? I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be like Reaper. Oh my god, this looks so good!
There's not much to say about it because it's quite straightforward, but
Is it?
basically, like, until you get used to it, I think it's best
Straightforward is whatever the rotation is going to be to upkeep whatever these buffs are at all times, right? Don't let these drop. Keep your rotation going. Don't cap beast mode. And when you have enough for beast mode, you go into beast mode. Do the beast mode, right? And then that's it. That's going to be the whole rotation. Keep these alive. Go into beast mode. It's going to be like Reaper. It's going to play like Reaper with the speed of Ninja, I think. That's my, like, that's how I think it's going to happen. That's how it's going to feel. It's going to feel fast like Ninja, but it's going to play like Reaper. You know what I mean? More like priority kind of playstyle.
To just follow which ones, which icons kind of light up between the double blade and the dual blade
Boom.
abilities.
2. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He's just I can't do both without like I don't know. My brain doesn't work that way. Viper looks good though. Like it looks good. It's very flashy.
The ones on the right hand side are more for your AoE attacks.
Oh, this is AoE.
For some of the combos, it doesn't require you to do it, but like say for example you're in an instance dungeon and once you kind of like have your tank pulled up all the mobs kind of together, you can go from that sort of single target single target dual blade weapon skills to switch over to the
that's cool
AoE dual blade abilities.
I don't know if I'm hearing it right, but if I think I'm hearing it right, most AoEs, like you have like a 1-2-3 normal attack combo, whatever for singles, then you kind of have a 1-2-3 for like AoEs. It's not exactly 1-2-3, but usually you have like a 1-2 or a 1-2-3 or like certain extra abilities or GCDs or whatever that you could, not GCDs, like a cooldown ability that you could use in an AoE form versus like, for example, like Ninja, you could like do the frog again. I don't know fucking names, right? But you do the frog and that's an AoE, or you do the fire. For me, it's 2-1. That's my my signs, right? My hand signs. You do 2-1. And then it's like the big fire thing, or you could choose to do like 1-2, which is like the lightning. Fucking, I don't know the names. Do people really know all the names like Tenchi, Jin, Sin, Fin, Rin? You know what I mean? But like, so I'm assuming what they're saying is that you could weave between, like if you're doing single target, you could then pop. It doesn't like it's also you could weave in an AoE or a single target to keep the flow going, which is kind of cool. If that's the case, that's cool. Instead of having to like on Reaper, you have 2 separate abilities that you'd have to use one to proc the other one, and they're both AoEs. Instead of just like, you could do like a 1-2-3 on a target and then proc, whatever, a 4, or a 1-2 and then proc a 4 to do an AoE. Like that'd be kind of cool. I think. Maybe I'm misinterpreting this. It's very possible because I'm an idiot, but I don't know. That's what I think is happening. This is new graphics too, right? I'm just saying. It just the game looks good. Like it looks good. Look at the crystal.
So having to look at the different enhancements and enfeeblements that you have.
I'm a fan of less buttons. I'm not a fan of less skills, right? So more buttons, more skills, got it. MMO basics, right? But less buttons, more skills, that's cool. I'm a fan. I like it. I'm very curious how it's gonna play when you're actually playing. Like if you just spam 1. Like if you're 1-2-3s on 1, you just keep pressing 1, you know? Like I just wonder how it's gonna, obviously, like I don't know, I gotta break this down, or somebody somewhere's gotta break this down.
To pay
hold on, go back.
Attention to how much elements that you have.
Right, so these are the self buffs, right?
Sometimes it's haste on yourself.
Haste?
Or damage dealt is
increased, okay, like Reaper.
The damage dealt by the enemy is decreased.
Damage dealt by the enemy is decreased. That means Vipers, people are gonna want Vipers and they're static for sure, because they keep that buff or that debuff up on the guy the entire time. That's gonna be huge, right? Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I think that's gonna be huge. That damage reduction is everything. So we have a haste, our damage, right, that we got to keep up, and a damage reduction.
An instant debuff on that end, so you have to pay attention to how much of that you have
That's
left
good.
And choose the action that corresponds.
Hey, listen, if anyone needs a Viper main for a static, let me know. I'm available. I'm looking for a static. Do some prog. I'm funny and I learn quick. I don't know, just saying, you know, hit me up. Let's do some shit, you know.
To where you can't necessarily be up close to the boss character, or say do you want to take advantage of the enhancement that you have to execute those actions, or do you decide, okay, well, I'm gonna let it go this turn and then come back to it some other time, etc.
Okay. I feel like that's any job though.
トリキャタイムが戻った
Right, any job is like situational. You got to figure out what button to press, right, depending on the situation you're in.
どう叩いて
That's normal.
馴染んでいただければと思いますが
So we recommend you get some practice. Maybe use a striking dummy to get used to the actions.
Of course. Beast mode. One crystal, weave another crystal, weave another crystal, and then the finisher. Pretty sure that works like Reaper.
It's a buff that the Viper needs to pay attention to in order to decide on the appropriate action.
であとは
What? What?
まあせっかく文句から
There's a damage buff that we have to keep up the entire time, right? Is that that's what I got from that?
Buffs, debuffs, and the timers. So now are we forced to do that in the Viper job? But that is not the case. We have set up the job HUDs so that it'll guide you with like lighted elements and things like that.
This guy's going beast mode right now while
so
she's
that
just
You
talking.
can recognize which direction you should go in terms of choosing which action to
Oh
take.
my god.
もう説明としては非常にシンプルでいい
Yo,
と思い
Viper
ます
looks so
こ
fun.
れ
Alright, so pretty much it seems like Viper is going to have the speed of Ninja but play like Reaper. That's what it seems like it's going to do. It seems like it has buffs that you have to keep alive depending on whatever you want. Certain rotations are going to give you certain buffs. Therefore, you have to keep, of course, the damage that you're doing buff up at all times. This beast mode gauge or whatever, you pop that. I feel like it plays like Reaper. You do like a 1-2 weave, 1-2 weave, and then a finisher. Probably not exactly, but that's what I'm seeing from it. This gauge, I have no idea what this does and why it's here or what these red crystals are, but I'm assuming obviously you spend a red crystal for a certain skill. I don't know what gives you them, but there's this gauge too. So yeah, in conclusion, Viper looks fucking sick.